Columbus, Ohio. This is the Get Business Credit YouTube channel with your host, Josh Van Horn. Subscribe now and hit the bell notification right now to stay up to date as soon as we release new business credit gems. Take it over, Josh.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just give a few minutes for other people to join in. Just give a few minutes. We're waiting for other people to join in. If you guys are just tuning in, just bear with me. My internet's running a little slow. Guys, just give me a few minutes, waiting for other people to join in, and then we'll get started. If you guys can hear me okay, put the number 1 in the chat section, in the live chat section. Okay, we'll get started. How's everybody doing? Friday? Okay, so I wanted to talk about a few different things. How many people have bad personal credit? Just put number 2 in the chat section if you have bad personal credit and you're trying to build up business credit. So if you guys have bad personal credit, now we are offering a hybrid service that we don't actually fix your personal credit, but we tell you step by step how to fix it. So if anybody is interested in that, just let me know. We got Thomas there. Thomas, what's your FICO score and what is the main reason for your derogatories? Is it charge-offs, lates? Let me know what it is. And let me see if I can pull up here what I can show you guys, like what we do. So in the client portal, I'm going to be telling you exactly what to do. I'll first look at your personal credit reports, the Tri-Bureau report, and then I will tell you, like say, you need to freeze early warning signals, LexisNexis. There's different bureaus, secondary bureaus that you need to freeze first before anything can be challenged. Too many people make a mistake and they challenge things first directly with the bureau. And that's mainly like the reason why people get the disputes come back as verified, because you're allowing them to verify things. If you have bankruptcies or judgments, those can be easily removed, but they can't be removed if you don't take first the steps by freezing the secondary bureaus. So you have to freeze the secondary bureaus first. And in my client portal, I walk you through how to do that step by step. Thomas, is it more recent lates or are they lates from a while ago? And if anybody is interested in ADP for payroll service, we now have partnered with them exclusively. So, but we're going to cover a few different things. This live isn't going to be very long. For those that don't have bad personal credit, this live is also for you if you're trying to build business credit. So, you guys always talk about building citations, right? You're not going to get approved for these fintech cards if you don't have an online presence. You need to have an online presence. Anybody that has any type of business credit questions, put it in the comment section or the live chat section and I'll answer that momentarily. But a lot of people don't want to take the time and actually get listed, say with Merchant Circle. Let's see, Merchant Circle, Google Local, Chamber of Commerce. These are all citations that you have to get listed with if you want to succeed when it comes to business credit. I had a student, literally no joke, yesterday apply for the Expensify, and she's pre-approved for it, but the problem is they came back and their underwriting department said, we can't find anything online about your business. So there's like no citations. She never built any citations. And I've been telling everybody for years now how important building up, say, Merchant Circle, Manta, so like you need to be listed like on Manta. It's very important. Better Business Bureau, Google Local, all that. Yelp, Yellow Pages. That's so important. And it may not sound important with business credit, but it is. And it will stop you from getting denials 100%. Like my student yesterday, like I said, she didn't get denied, but they want more information because she didn't pass the KYC process. So told her to hold off before responding to them, and then we're going to build up these listings. So you can see here it says claim your listing. So you need to be listed with these different directories, and if you don't want to do it yourself, it's free to do. Just takes anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes for each one. But if you don't want to do it yourself, you can do it on here, and they charge like $2 per citation. So you just go to Bright Local and you build citations. Create account, see, you can get started for $2 per site. So you can get like the top 20 citations for like $50. I mean, it's like they build, you know, on Trustpilot and Google, all the main ones. They're first going to do a search on your business, and then they will build it for you. And it's very quick. So that's for like if you don't have time to do it yourself. Bright Local is a service that does it manually themselves. They have people, their staff, that actually do it. So it's very important. We are ready to salute an entire Clarence found MX Blue crushed me from 50,000. Donald, what do you mean by that? Elaborate a little bit more on that. They gave you 50,000 and then they took it from you? They pulled it? But yeah, I'll go. You guys put any questions in the comment section. You had one late on the card and then they took it. They closed the account, suspended it, or what? American Express usually doesn't do that. They're pretty. If it's a business card, they usually don't do that. But yeah, you want to build up citations. If you don't want to do it yourself, you can go to Bright Local here and do it. But all these, you guys, sorry, I have like a cold or a cough starting. That's why my voice and like a cough starting. Excuse me. So you're not going to get approved for like Ramp, Expensify, Revenue, PEX card, Corpay, Finally, or Flex, Divvy Bill, Float, Row, Finally, Jeeves, Flex One, Fenfair, Rippling, ClearCard. You're not going to get approved for any, and these aren't even all the fintechs. There's a lot more. These are just all the main ones that a lot of my one-on-one business credit mentorships students, that's what they get approved for. But like, depending on what your revenue is, like I have one student that she got 36, I believe, with Ramp, 205 with Expensify, 150 with Revenue, 42,000, I believe, with PEX expense, 100,000 with Corpay, Flex One, I believe she just finally got approved. It was like so slow. Their underwriting was like so slow, but they give you 60 days to pay, which is good. but she was able to get like 88,000, I believe, because that's based on dynamic limits. And then 120 she got with Bill. And float, I don't think she got approved for that, but some of my other students did. Rose, she got 35,000. Like I said, revenue, she got 150. Finally is approving a lot of different people that even have low income, low business income. They're getting approved. Finally approving people, because for like the longest time they weren't approving anybody that I would send, but now they're starting to approve people. So the limits come anywhere from as low as like $1,000 all the way up to like 100,000 I've seen is the highest. So like my one student, she's already got, just in the first like 2 weeks of the mentorship, she was already at like 590,000. I made a video showing all this live. I logged into her account and showed it all, just blurred out her name. But she had like 590,000. Now she's about 1.2 million almost. And these are all no PG. And I still haven't had her apply for all of these yet. Some of them we're still waiting on. Like Jeeves, this one, this card. This is the Jeeves card. That one, depending on what your business does revenue-wise, you can get anywhere from 5,000 all the way up to like 100, 150,000. And they do higher than that, but that's just an example. And then like the Capital on Tap card, she got like 65,000, I think, with the Capital on Tap. And then I don't need to tell you guys because I've said this many times, but like these fleet cards, you know, they can be used multi-use, you know. The BP and 7-Eleven Speedway Super Fleet and Fuel Man, they have Arco. Like here's Fuel Man. So they have several cards right off the bat that you can get, and it has nothing to do with your business revenue as well. It has nothing to do with your business revenue. This is strictly based on your Experian business credit only. So, and you guys like, Donald, you mentioned about American Express. Here, I'll show you. Excuse me, guys. This cough is very irritating. And I don't suggest anybody to get as many cards as I have with American Express. Just unnecessary. I mean, you can, but just not necessary. But like, as you guys know, I have the Centurion Black card, invite only. But then this is my stack of American Express cards. Like I have the Delta Sky Miles, I have the Hilton, Platinum, Business, Personal American Express Green. It's a very underrated card. The Gold, Personal, Plum Business, very underrated card because you got 60 days to pay. And the Blue Cashback Business, Business Gold, Personal Platinum, and Business Green. I think I have 12 American Express cards, if I'm not mistaken, 12 or 13. But yeah, it all comes down to strategy, you guys. Like, this is only half of the cards on my desk, you know? Like, just my American Express stack is right here. So, I've been through it all, you guys. I've done it all, you know? I've been the guinea pig, and I know, you know, it hasn't always been perfect, but there's been times that I've made mistakes too. But that's trial and error and stuff, you know. So if anybody's looking to get like for those that already have business revenue coming in, say $5,000-$10,000 a month coming in, you can, not all of these, because Ramp wasn't going to approve you if you're only making 5 or 10,000 a month. They want to see like higher, like at least 20,000 a month. But Expensify would approve you if you're making 5-10,000 a month. Revenue likely would approve you. PEX will, CorePay will, Flex One will, Divvy will, Float will, Row won't. They want high spend, at least 50,000 that you're willing to spend per month. Finally, definitely will approve. I've been seeing it like left and right, and Jeeves as well. So, and FinFair actually will approve, but FinFair is kind of picky. They want to see more of like over 10,000 a month coming in. So if you have like 5 or 10,000 a month coming in business revenue, you could apply for some of these fintechs and say you only get like 5 of them approved. Well, that right there potentially could be anywhere from 50 to 150,000 of liquid capital you have. And then, yeah, most of them you have to pay back 30 or 60 days. So if you got approved for 150,000 total between the 5, what you would do is you would basically liquidate or use half of it. You don't want to use it all. You want to use just half of it, because then in 30 or 60 days you have to repay it. How are you going to repay it? By using the secondary cards and not the primary. So you would use, say, Expensify and say Revenue or PEX for as your primary cards, and then you'd use CorePay or Flex One or Finally or Divvy to pay back those primary ones, or vice versa, you know. So like I have like one student, like I said, she got like 1.2 million, so she can essentially liquidate and use 600,000 and never have to really pay it back, because she has so many accounts that she's approved for between the 1.2 million, so she can actually use 5 or 600,000 to grow her business. And then when it comes time for that to be paid back, you liquidate the other cards to pay back the original primary cards. Okay. So that's what I just wanted to kind of cover on that. And if anybody's interested to know more about this, or even if you have bad personal credit and you need help with fixing your personal credit, I do, like I said, offer, now we're offering a hybrid personal credit repair. I won't do everything 100% for you, but I will help you and assist you get things removed step by step, and I'll hold your hand the whole way, you know, to go through the process with the secondary bureaus to remove things. Freeze things first, and then you did the disputes. But you got to freeze all of these secondary accounts, and there's like 12 of them. A lot of people don't realize it. Trust Factor, Early Warning Signals, LexisNexis. There's literally like 12 of them that I will have you immediately freeze in the client portal. I will tell you which ones to freeze, and then after you get confirmation, after all those are frozen, then we start doing the disputes. And we don't do disputes typically the normal way that everybody else does them. You don't want to do online disputes. Those usually don't come back and get things deleted. What you'd want to do is you do an actual in the mail, next day air, not register mail, next day air. And there's online services where you can type up the dispute, and then they will print it off and send it off in the mail if you don't want to. But you send it to, like, say, TransUnion in Allen, Pennsylvania. You're going to send the dispute to the CEO, the headquarters. You're not sending it to the dispute address. You know, according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, there's no law that states that you can't send it to the headquarters, that you have to send it to the dispute address. You don't need to. So you're going to send it, and how the strategy works is you send it to the CEO. That's going to get the clock ticking, that 30-day window that the Bureau has to address it. And that's going to actually slow down their internal dispute process. So you're going to actually win by default. Regardless of it being a valid debt or not, you're going to win by default. You know, so that's what I've had very good luck with. That's why I was able to, you know, sell my personal credit repair company back in 2017 for 7 figures. So it works, trust me. It's just a consistent process, and all this can be done, and it only takes about 60 to 120 days basically to have almost like a whole credit sweep done. Of course, it's going to be longer if you have, like, say, 20 derogatories. But, if you have 5 or 6 negative things, that's not that hard to get removed. It all depends on what type of accounts. But judgments and bankruptcies are among the easiest things to get removed. Okay. Now, this video is not going to be very long, you guys, because I'm coming down with like cold and stuff. But feel free to text me 937-423-9954 if you want to do a free phone consultation. We can do a phone consultation. It's 8 a.m. where I'm at now here in Manila. But I just wanted to pop on and let everybody know, that I decided. I've been thinking about it for a couple months now because a couple of my students, my one-on-one business credit mentorship students, I accepted. I started offering like a hybrid personal credit repair help with them. But just a recap for you guys real quick. If you're just starting to build up your business credit, you definitely want to get, like I've mentioned many times, Fair Figure, eCredible. Do the eCredible Business Lift. Don't do the Business Lift Plus. It's unnecessary. It's a waste of money. Do the NAV Prime. The CEO the CEO Creative. They have many types of products and stuff, but everybody needs a website. That's what I suggest to get. It's only $20 for a one-page website, $20 a month, $30 for like a 5-page website. So that's how I would say, utilize that. If you already have a website, that's fine. They sell t-shirts and everything else that you could get with them, but they report to Equifax and Credit Safe. So if you're trying to get no PG business auto loans or fleet of vehicles, then you want to get tradelines that the underwriters are going to actually look at what that bureau is, and that's going to be Equifax and Credit Safe. Then I would get also like Coast to Coast Office Supply. They report to Experian, as you can see here. And then you want to build up your citations. I can't stress to you how important that is. So Merchant Circle, go on Merchant Circle. It's free to do. Like I said, if you don't want to do this stuff yourself, there's Bright Local. They'll do it for you. It's $2 for each listing. But you want to get registered with the Better Business Bureau as well. That's super important. Underwriters won't approve a new business if you don't have yourself listed with the Better Business Bureau or Google Local or like Manta, Merchant Circle. And then, of course, you also want to get yourself listed on listyourself.net. It's free to do, but you want to get your business number listed in the National Telecom Business Directory. If you guys have like an iPostal address, don't even try to do any of these things. Don't even try to apply because you're just wasting your time. iPostal addresses, 99% of the time, you're going to get denied for any and all trade line or credit lines, I should say. You can get trade lines with the iPostal, but you're not going to get any type of real business credit, I actually just had a student with Bluevine, only had an account with Bluevine for a month, and they sent him a pre-approval of $30,000 loan yesterday. So Bluevine, you definitely want to use my link to sign up with Bluevine. I'll put it here in the comment section. Use Bluevine because you can use that link because then there's no fees whatsoever. No maintenance fees. Not just that, but you can actually open up the account with $0. And I'm not saying do that, but there's no minimum opening balance required. So definitely a good account to have for sure. And it's connected with Plaid too, so that's good. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover tonight. Just a quick short live. And Donald, that sucks about them closing. Pre-approved, they found it. Yeah, that's crazy though that they did that. That's crazy. That they were being that picky. They're usually not that picky. I've had several students be late on the business side and no issues. I'm not saying be late, but I've seen that happen many times, but not closed. You just don't want to be late. But if it's on the business side, they usually are maybe going to report on the Business Credit Bureau, the Small Business Financial Exchange, that you're beyond 30 days, but it's not going to show like closed account or anything like that, you know? So anyways, if you guys are just tuning in, just watch the replay if you guys are just tuning in. But definitely give me a text, 937-423-9954, if you want to have a free phone consultation. Sorry, you guys, my voice is a little bit messed up because I woke up with a little cold cough. Hopefully it doesn't last very long. But I got several new videos dropping tomorrow as well, this weekend, and I might even do a live this weekend. But also, you guys check out the video I just dropped. If you guys are just starting off with trying to get, say, vendor trade lines, I made a video, and it's breaking down like 6 trade lines you can get right now, right away. So, and that will build up your foundation. You don't need to get any other trade lines. It's unnecessary. Those that I outlined are the ones that you need if you're a brand new business or you're already established. That will give you a good account mix between all of the bureaus, between Credit Safe, Equifax, Dun & Bradstreet, even though Dun & Bradstreet's not important anymore, and Experian. So you have it with all the bureaus, plus 2 of those trade lines could potentially report to the Small Business Financial Exchange. So that'll get you started. But watch that video. I believe it's titled like Net 30 Vendors for Business Credit. So definitely watch that one. But yeah, give the videos a thumbs up and watch the replay as well. And just text me if you have any questions or want to do a free phone consultation. And like I said, if you need help with your personal credit, we're now offering a hybrid business credit and personal credit repair at the same time, you know, to help you. It's hybrid, meaning like I won't do everything for you, but I will walk you through each and every step to get things removed. By the very first thing you're going to do is I'm going to have you with 11 different, in the client portal, 11 different secondary bureaus like Trust Factor, Early Warning Signals, LexisNexis. There's too many to name, but I'm going to have you first freeze all those accounts because you're not going to be successful getting things deleted off your personal credit if things can be verified. And a lot of those things are verified because of the secondary bureaus that nobody really knows about. So you need to get that locked. Once you get those locked and frozen, then we'll go to the main 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, and then we dispute those. And then we run out the clock and force them after 30 days to delete it using the methods that I do and have success with my students and past clients. But yeah, anyways, that's all for tonight. You guys text me and then we'll go from there. Okay. Thanks again for tuning in. Give the video a thumbs up.